to my art channel. Without further ado, let's get drawing.
Welcome back everybody. So today, on a request from one of our subscribers, we're going to be doing a red panda. We're going to include him in our Woodlands animals section. So go ahead, open up Procreate, open up a new canvas. I'm doing 12 by 12. I like the square canvases. And if you are still getting used to the size of the brushes, then go ahead and use this same canvas size so that when I tell you the sizes of the brushes, you get the same line thickness as I do. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to go ahead and turn on our drawing guide, edit the drawing guide, turn on the symmetry effect, make sure that you're on vertical. We've done this in our previous videos. This is so that you can get used to the tools, and if you practice them enough, you're going to become really good at them. So for my red panda, I'm going to pick a reddish brown color, something like this. I'm going to go onto my studio pen, make sure the opacity is turned up, and you can probably use about 30-35% thickness. So we're just going to do a cute little rugby shaped head for Mr. Red Panda. Drag and drop the color. We are going to add two little cute kind of whisker looking things here on the side, and this is the basic shape for your red panda head. We're going to add a new layer, and in a cream pinky beige color, we're going to add the two ears. Make sure drawing assist is turned on, and then go ahead and just make two ears as such. We're going to move these below the head. Go ahead and choose a black color. This is for the inside of the ears. And then just go ahead and move them underneath the head shape. Okay. So we want to tilt the head a bit, but to be able to tilt the head, we're just going to create all the layers now for the head and then group them, and then so that we can rotate and tilt our head as we see fit. So go ahead above the head and create a new layer and click clipping mask. In this same color that you've done the ears, we're just going to draw, make sure you've got our drawing assist turned on. And we're just going to do two little tiger shapes here. We are also just going to do two little triangles here, which are going to be above the eyes. And then in a white, we are just going to do the base of the nose and the mouth. So like an egg shaped, just do it as so. And then go ahead and choose the black, which is for the details. Make a small nose, do two arcs for the eyes, and then for the mouth, the same. You can also add some whiskers on here. So we should probably do them in a brownish kind of color, maybe not as red. So just gonna go ahead and do three little flicks like that. Okay, so now you have your basic red panda head. So we are just going to group these layers together, group them, and then you can flatten them. When we're adding our shadows and our textures, if you think about it before, we don't actually need to get underneath the nose and the eyes. So we're just going to go ahead and flatten these layers so that we can tilt our head. So this time we're going to tilt it to the left, just very slightly. And then there you have the red panda head. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a new layer. And in the same red that you've done the head, we're going to do the body. To bring this layer underneath, we don't need drawing assist for this because we are going to be drawing an unsymmetrical red panda today, just to make it a little bit more difficult for you all. So make sure you've picked your studio pen, you're on a new layer, don't turn the drawing assist on, and then go ahead and just draw a straight line down here. On the left side, and then a curve on the right side. Now, if you hold your pen down while you're drawing this, it will create the curve or the straight line or whatever it is that you're drawing. So we're just going to go ahead and do some feet now. So we're just going to bring it up a little bit and then in, and like so. We're just going to do some very cartoonish feet, bring it up, and then with a curve, and then with the bigger foot at the back. Make sure you join it up and then drag. Make sure you join it up and then drag and drop. So, like I said, make sure that you've joined it all up. There you go. Now you can now just smoothen off the lines and the legs and create the shape that you want. Like so. Okay, now in a black colour, we're going to just do the features of the feet. So add a new layer and then click clipping mask, choose the black colour, and then go ahead and just draw him some little socks, just colour in some socks here on his feet. And then on this side too. Like so. Now we also need to do his tail. So we're going to go ahead and draw a new layer and bring it underneath the body and the head. In the same red, we're just going to draw a curve up like this, kind of like an S shape between his foot and the middle of the curve. And then we're just going to join it up, bring it back and drag and drop. So now you have a little tail. Now in the same colour that you've done the ears, we're going to do some stripes. So turn alpha lock on and then just go ahead and create some cute little stripes. Always follow the shape of the tail, the shape of the curve, like so. Okay, so there you have a little tail. Okay, now we need to go ahead and do some shading. So first of all, on this clipping mask where we've done the little feet, we're going to just do some little dots in the same pink colour that we're using now. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do some little dots like so, and then we are going to add a new layer, and underneath this layer bring it all the way down, pick a darker brown, probably near on black colour, and then just go ahead and inside here add just a small line, as you can see, which makes Mr. Red Panda look more 3D. Okay, so once you've done that, we're just going to go ahead and add our textures. So go back to your charcoal brush, your carbon stick brush, and in the dark brown that I've done this shadow, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to alpha lock each layer. So just start with the head, alpha lock the head. I'm going to bring the opacity down and the size down so that I can get the detail exactly where I want it. We're just going to bring some shadows down here, some shadows at the sides and the bottom of the ears and on the whiskers, and then we needed to turn, there we go, we need to turn drawing assist off, because as you can see it's duplicating on each side my shadows, which I don't particularly want. But there you go. Okay, and then some white for the highlights. And then the same for the body and the tail. Click Alpha Lock on. Do white for the highlights, brown for the shadows, or black even. And then on the feet also, click Alpha Lock. And because the feet are black, we just need some whites for the highlights. And then again for the tail. Like so. Okay, so there you have little Mr. Red Panda. So let's group the layers all together. We haven't got that many layers on this one. We're just going to group them. If you feel like you need extra shadowing on this, then I will just go through that quickly with you. If you haven't watched one of my videos before, click the black pen, go back to your studio pen on the inking section, turn the brush size up full and then the opacity down to about 40. Now for the head, we are just going to, you've got Alpha Lock already turned on all these layers, so just go ahead and create some subtle shadows like so. On the body as well. So just where they join up, where the shadows could be. Like I said, this is a very abstract clip art style. It doesn't need to be perfect at all. Okay, and then on the tail, I'm just going to go ahead and just draw some shadows there and then there. Okay, so we now have all of our layers grouped together. We're going to duplicate it, and on the bottom layer we're going to flatten, turn Alpha Lock on, choose black, and then fill the layer with black. For the time being, you can turn this layer off, add a new layer, and then go ahead and choose a color that you're going to do the background with. Make sure your opacity is turned up. You can turn your brush size down for this. Let's just do something like this. Now I'm just going to move him up a bit so that I can see where I want my shadows to be. So just move him up and then go back to your layer. And then you can turn Alpha Lock on this layer, go back to your charcoal brush in a darker green, do some shadows. And some highlights. And then turn this layer on. Bring him above the grass, click on clipping mask, turn the opacity down to about 25, 27, and then rotate him and bring him as so. You can flip him, you can just move him about so you get the shadow right where you want it. I'm going to leave it just like that. Turn your drawing guide off and then choose the background color if you're going to be using one. And there you have little Mr. Red Panda. So if you have any requests, guys, always just leave me a note in the comments or drop me an email or a message on my Facebook page, even on Instagram. I'd love to show you how to draw some cute clip art, style pictures, and they're really easy to do. Once you get the hack of it and you practice, they'll be really easy to churn out. And then we'll also be creating some seamless patterns with these. So like I said, if you haven't watched the previous videos, go ahead. We've got a hedgehog, a fox, a squirrel, a raccoon, and we've done Mr. Red Panda today. So I'll catch you in the next video.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it really helps me in creating more free videos for all of you out there. So if you want to come and join my Procreate group, the links are in the description. I'd love for you to be a member of my group. We can share awesome ideas, tips, and artwork. Also, please don't forget to tag me on Instagram so that I can see what work you've created from this awesome tutorial. So love to you all, and I'll see you in the next video.